on their watch.
But how about here? Philadelphia, it says they're trying to maintain control of the NFC East. They're trying to maintain control of their lives.
Yes.
People, that is a gorgeous catch. Matt Patricia, I don't know what the hell he's doing, but the Eagles can't stop anybody. Mike Trout is there, hooray. His child or whoever the young kid is with him is covering his face. Did you know Mike Trout goes to Eagles games? 21-21. The Eagles, they're going to mess around on this one? No way. We got Dallas Goedert back. Hurts makes a play. Toe dag swag. All right, everybody just calm down. They're messing around.
Swagger down the street with your red lips and funky beat. You better hold your head up to the sky. I'm gonna roll with you till the day I die.
Been because of the lack of finishing in those situations, and so it's another learning opportunity for us, and you know, we still have everything in front of us to do what we want to do. Still got to clean things up, and there's still a sense of urgency to do that, you know, and in the end it's about us having our hands on deck to do so.
NFC playoff picture with that loss. The Eagles, they fall all the way down to the 5 seed, where they'll likely be going on the road in the playoffs, barring some surprises in Week 18. Niners, they actually clinch the #1 and home field throughout, and they also get a bye. They found out while they were in the tunnel during Commanders 49ers. Take a look at how they found out the Eagles had just lost to the Cardinals.
Over the 2, right up, what? Come on, Kyler. Here we go. Come on, Kyler. Let me see. Get in there. #1 seed. Let's go! We got in! Let's go!
Jonathan Gannon's like, look what you made me do with the Cardinals in Week 17. Eagles, this is shocking. Did you use that word?
I think so. I think there's still a lot of hope. There's still a lot of belief in this Eagles team, and especially because you look at this game, and I want to pull up a play, because you're watching the first half if you're an Eagles fan, and yes, you're going into this game, you squeak past the New York Giants, and you're like, all right, we got the Cardinals coming in. We got to win this one. We got to get a good feeling going into the playoffs. In the first half, it looked that way. As we look at this Julio Jones towards the end of that first half, he scores a touchdown right here, and you're like, Eagles fans, all right, we're good. Jalen Hurts, this is what he does. He's rolling out. He finds Julio Jones, of all people. We have Julio scoring multiple touchdowns in the first half of a game against the Arizona Cardinals. We're up 21-6 in the first half. This is a blowout. We're going to feel great about it. You guys are all on social media. You see the memes where it's a SpongeBob and it says, moments later.
A few moments later.
A few moments later, Arizona Cardinals say, you know what? We're not done. Jonathan Gannon still has this team believing. They have their vacations booked. They know exactly where they're going, what island they're going to be sitting on, who's going with them.
What kind of room they get, and they know all that?
Whether it's a significant other, whether it's just an other, they got it all planned out.
Solo.
But they say, you know what? We're going to go win this game first. We're going to go out with a bang.
Yeah.
And that's what they did. They were able to come back in that second half and I think shock the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to Jonathan Gannon and the Cardinals.
I'm watching this game.
Yeah.
It's Michael Carter, the player cut from the Jets, making great
See the
plays.
move?
Yes.
Amazing moves. It's, I'm going to get the name wrong, Amari DeMercado making plays.
Sure.
This offense is not exactly CeeDee Lamb and Tony Pollard and household. Are you kidding? You say it's a surprise. A few weeks. Terrible.
December.
They had the Giants scoring on an 80-yard pass to Darius Slayton when the game was put away last week, and they had to fight to the very bitter end then. Greg Dortch. I love these names.
I like Greg Dortch.
Obviously, we've got bigger names, but like when you see Rondale Moore and Trey McBride just absolutely rip apart the Philly defense, I can't say in good faith they're going to be able to stop Stafford and McVay and whatever else is coming their way. They're going to likely have to go on the road. It might be one and done.
They could have Monty Kiffin running the defense.
Maybe.
Buddy Ryan.
Sure.
Anybody. They ain't doing anything. Philadelphia got more defensive intensity from James Harden in his time there that the Eagles are giving him.
Wow.
You understand that? Like, James Harden is slapping the floor, locking guys up compared to the Eagles defense right now. That's it. Harden, with the beard and all that, he turned into, like, name your defensive stopper. Bruce Bowen. Gerald Wilkins. Raja Bell, the Kobe stoppers. Like, he turned into he was Joe Dumars, James Harden, compared to the Eagles defense right now. If you had told us the Eagles are going to lose 4 or 5 down the stretch, like, oh my gosh, they must have lost Jalen. They had this terrible. No. They're all out there. Howie Roseman's like, what are they supposed to do? I built the perfect war machine and they suck. The defense looks terrible. You guys watch, do me a favor. Take Matt Patricia, I got an idea. Pull up some footage from the 76ers last year, like 2022, and just focus on James Harden, not on offense, on defense, and show that to your guys as what effort looks like, and focus and intensity and determination, because that would be an upgrade at this point. So watch yourself some James Harden, and maybe you might get better to not lose the Giants next week. Harden tape, trust me, it'll work.
Bravo, guys.
Come on.
That's good.
What am I watching? Hair.
You're giving Jim Carrey the pen is blue.
Yes.
Vibes right there.
Broadcast news.
That's right.
Albert Brooks.
I got the sweat, too. I'm watching the Eagles. By the way, Cardinals, great win.
Yeah.
Awesome win.
Yeah.
James Conner, Kyler Murray. Awesome.
Greg Dortch.
Awesome. Dortch.
We love Dortch on this show. All right, coming up, the AFC wildcard race will come down to the final week of the regular season.
Ways, psyche-wise, wins, losses, and then just injuries. We'll start with Tua Tagovailoa. This is the least serious injury we'll be discussing, but still, it's a quarterback and one of their best players. Let's get into it. Tua Tagovailoa in the fourth quarter went down, landed hard, it seemed, on his left shoulder, was knocked out of the game, originally questionable, then did not return, I think mostly in part because of the score. Talked to reporters after the game. You could see him in pain right there, saying, I'm good, just sore. You have to imagine this is one that will let him stay on the field next week in a huge game for the AFC East, but at least something because it's a quarterback worth monitoring. This one was worse. Bradley Chubb, all 11 sacks, and one of the better defenders on this Miami Dolphins. Really good defense. Someone who they traded for, upgraded their defense, is now potentially out for the season with a significant knee injury, and we do not know the extent of what happened to him. It was a non-contact injury with 3:05 left in the game with them down like 30. Mike McDaniel, the head coach, talking after the game, saying, obviously, it doesn't look very smart now considering that he got hurt. Plenty of second guessing going to go on, but most important thing here, MRI coming today to determine the full extent and see whether or not somehow, some way, that offense could get Bradley Chubb back this season, although it seems unlikely. Then another injury worth monitoring. Christian McCaffrey went down with what could be a calf strain, according to Kyle Shanahan. If you watch the game, you can see him on the sideline, kind of getting taped on the back of his calf, was originally questionable. Didn't go back in, and I would not imagine we will see him next week, considering there's really nothing to play for and no reason to. Seems to be the kind of thing that would heal up and have him fine for the playoffs, but at least another injury just to keep our eye on, guys.
But that's the luxury of having the one seed. You can rest for a couple of weeks. Ian, back to the Ravens. I know you have a lot of sources in Baltimore. Did something happen to John Harbaugh in the postgame? We've been tracking this. He looks fine on the sideline. In his postgame presser, he seems to have an abrasion or some sort of cut directly on his forehead. We know how hard he was partying. Can you find out if maybe there was a headbutt or the way he was dancing? It might even be a rug burn. I don't know what's going on. But something happened to John Harbaugh's head. I'd like you to see if you can tap into your sources.
Yeah, I mean, I assumed it was like, you know, Latimer placed at the table, putting his head through one of the cars in the parking lot. I mean, that was, I didn't actually ask any questions, but that was just my assumption at its face. I mean, look, you know what? This is a tough Ravens team. That is the picture of it right there. I love all of it.
Good job, Ian.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? The Ravens are certainly loving it in the locker room. That is John Harbaugh and Ian Rappaport. Thank you so much. Talk to you in a little bit, buds.